All right, I think we're live. Testing. What's going on,
Are
everyone?
you?
Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. It is what it says, and it says what it is. You know, I have to always start the show with the catchphrase there. And welcome to this side of 2021. I know we're already almost done with January here in 2021, but welcoming you to the other side. Hopefully, you've left all the aches and pains and woes of 2020 behind you, but we didn't even do no intro music today because we got so much to talk about. So let me get some things out of the way first before I introduce my brothers from different mothers and different fathers, by the way.
Mhm.
Um, if you're listening to us on Drama Free Gaming here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. I'm going to be asking you throughout the podcast, and I got to do a better job at this of just putting some questions out there for you guys so you guys can be encouraged to leave comments. We want your feedback as to what we're currently speaking about, and maybe even it might lead into future topics. So you never know. It really helps us a lot if you just leave a comment. Try to be positive. If it's something that we can improve on, let us know as well. And so that's Drama Free Gaming here on YouTube.com. And also you can find us at Anchor.fm. And we are already on iTunes and on other podcast providers. So go check us out there as well, wherever there may be for you. But without further ado, let me introduce the one, the only, Dark Dad, which we have to change his name because he shows Dark Knight 1979, but we're going to work on that. It's Dark Dad. What's going on, Jay?
Hold on. So how do I get the most busted intro?
Man, you lucky you getting an intro, right? We've been telling you to fix that name like since last year this time. So come on, get on it. It's a Discord thing, people. He's Dark Dad 99 everywhere, but then he just wants to be different and difficult on Discord and come out with Dark Knight. I don't understand that.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm an individual. I can do what I want.
Oh boy,
This is
okay.
America.
Whatever.
I'm Dark Knight. Maybe I want to keep my identity hidden. Maybe looking for me.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Well,
I need to hide.
brother, if they was looking for you, I would have known already and turned you in. So don't even go there.
Wow, you gonna turn me?
I'd be like, I got his address.
You gonna do me like?
Go get him. Anyway, let's move on from Jay because
God.
he's just gonna.
turn me.
We'll give him a chance to defend himself a little bit later on. But Henyo's back with us and he's chomping at the bit. What's going on, Henyo? Talk to us, man.
Hey everybody, what's up? How you doing? Glad to be on.
Henyo's ecstatic, man. He's just
Wait.
He's been wanting this for like 3 weeks already.
Henyo, what is that? What is that? What is that like hummus, like happy in your aura all of a sudden?
I'm just tired of working and I look forward to talking about something other than work.
Socialization. He wants to get some human contact, bro. Any way he can get it. Even if it's digital.
This is different.
My brother say, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh man, I could imagine him like coming out of like a fallout shelter and like seeing light for the first time, and the first person he sees, he's like, "Hi." Yeah. That's how it feels, right? I mean, you know, a lot of people probably had that mindset that, you know, as soon as 2020, we dismissed it and ushered in 2021, that everything was going to be all right. And no, it's not. So, I mean, hopefully, prayerfully, we're just trying to be optimistic, but it won't be as troublesome as 2020. We already got Sleek in the chat. Sleek says Dark Dad for life. Yeah, it's Dark Dad, bro.
I love you. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, Henyo, you never got to speak your piece, man. Speak your piece.
Speak my piece? About what? I'm happy. I'm gaming. I'm working. I don't have COVID. I'm happy.
He's good. He's alive.
I'm playing all your games. Living life to the fullest. Live, laugh, love.
Oh, man, the love. Okay.
Jay trying to stress somebody out.
Nah, no, man. I don't need no stress in my. I'm good. I'm happy. I eat well. I ain't got them problems.
Cool. So let me ask the question: how many of you have already filled out your income tax and gone out and bought some sort of high tech electronics or something?
Not
I
yet.
mean, I got my taxes done, but I haven't bought nothing high tech.
Oh, we're gonna talk a little bit about Jay chomping at the bit here for some. He's gonna finally do it. He's gonna do it. So, but we'll talk about it later in the show. What you guys been up to, man? I mean, gaming wise, just what have we been playing before we jump to these topics?
Well, first off, Henyo, you need to stop tripping. You need to strap up your boots and come hunt with the big boys. Where you at?
What are you referring to there, Dark Dad?
Oh wow!
I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm playing a Monster Hunter game or the RPG game, I guess.
Monster Hunter World, right? So your first taste of Monster Hunter World?
Yeah,
the franchise.
I loaded it up. I installed it. I'm lucky I got that far. And
Okay. What made you want to check it out? And if you're watching this live, guys, forgive the lackluster Monster Hunter Rise demo gameplay. But it's all I had. I was looking through my gameplay videos and I couldn't find anything fresh. And this was the freshest thing I come up with, so I got to get to it. But what caused you to load it up? Curiosity, boredom?
Yeah, I mean, more curiosity than anything. I want to see what you guys are experiencing. Am I missing out on something here? Not that I don't have my own games to play, but again, stepping out of my comfort zone and playing something that I haven't played. So definitely, taking a step
out of you.
And one day, maybe you guys could step into the realm of simulation and on the next PlayStation 4
hold on.
Play baseball.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a PlayStation, so we definitely and we're gonna be playing baseball. So is MLB the show gonna be released this year on Xbox? Is that this year?
Yeah, that is the roadmap. I've kind of heard or read some news that there might be a slight delay, but they might be experiencing issues. But I have faith in the studio, so we'll see how it plays out. There's still time left for them to work out the kinks, and they'll definitely work out. I just want to give a quick shout out to my next door neighbor.
Cool.
He lent me a Yeti Blue mic here, so nice. I don't know how my audio coming across.
Wow!
This is the neighbor. I'm gonna refer to him by the name of Merlin. Okay. So I'm giving him a shout out for lending me a mic for one night, just to try out. I'm searching for a good mic, and he lent me his Yeti Blue microphone. I feel like Howard Stern here.
Cool. So that Yeti Blue, that's the same mic that I use. It's the same one I'm using. Yeah.
I feel powerful, man.
No, you sound sexy, man.
Oh, I feel sexy.
Oh, wait. Are you trying to take my thunder,
right?
Henyo?
I feel sexy.
Wait, Henyo, are you trying to take my thunder? You trying to my voice thunder out here? Nah, man. I can't.
I am the furthest thing from deep chocolate. I am white vanilla.
When you get your the toy that we're gonna talk about, we're not gonna get into specifics, but you're gonna have to add to that shopping list a Yeti mic.
Yeah. I'm already
see what. Well, so y'all want me to serenade everybody out here, then, don't you? For real?
Well, we just
go ahead.
We're here sounding smooth and suave and sexy, and we just don't want you on that prepackaged mic that comes with your phone. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Okay, you know what?
I could have said the packaged Xbox mic, like the OG X mic. But
so getting on to events. This brother mentioned it, and I'm gonna let him lead it off because I know you want to talk about it first, so let's talk about it.
CES 2021. It's been about 2 weeks now since CES did its live stream. And throughout that weekend, so it was a couple of days. It was a completely digital event. I don't know if you guys either caught it live or went back and saw videos. That's mostly what I did. I went back and chose the videos that I wanted to see. But let's talk about it. Jay brought a list, so I'm gonna throw it over to Jay. Jay, what caught your eye? CES 2021, and Jay died.
We got Jay died. He's got a list. I didn't follow everything that was happening in CES, but I kept a pulse of things of what was going on, and a little bit of everything. The new TVs coming out, and I'm just in the market this year for a TV, so
okay.
that's a little bit of good news for me. Good timing for me. Micro LED?
Yeah,
the debut this year.
Yeah, micro LED. You got the nano tech, QNED and QLED and all these other acronyms, basically for the same debuting technology. What are you looking at? Like, what are you running on now, and what are you looking to maybe upgrade to?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely due for an upgrade. The problem is I keep my TV. I'm on a 1080p TV, Samsung.
Okay.
So I've had it for several years now. I don't recall what year I bought it in, but it's definitely at least 5 years old. I want to say at least.
Okay.
Or maybe somewhere around there. Maybe definitely 1080p had just made its mark, and I kind of jumped in. So I don't buy technology as often as you guys think I do. So I'm definitely in the market. I already let my wife know, I'm getting a TV this year. And I just want to be at the minimum 4K. I'm going to skip 2K and just jump into the 4K.
Right.
8K, I don't think there's enough content out there, which by the time 8K content does arrive, I'll probably be right in line again for new hardware upgrades. So that's my line of thinking when it comes to, purchasing technology is just, I don't have to be right there at the cutting edge. But, just arrive enough for good quality at a decent price and, jump in. And I think if anything, that micro LED kind of caught my eye. There are some drawbacks to it. It's not all what is being, told and sold, but it does have its merits. So definitely looking forward to that this year.
All right. Well, and before I comment, Jay, I see your little icon lighting up, but we get no audio, so you might want to jump off. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm
He
here.
switched to his Xbox headset.
Okay, I just it gave up on you, the Xbox headset.
Why? Oh my God! These
Or did you? We just couldn't hear you. I passed it to you, and then it was like, I don't know, like you passed out or something.
Well, no, I had a technical problem I was fixing.
Oh, okay.
That was on. But we'll get into the technical problems later. Sorry about that.
You didn't have to shoot anything, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
man.
Well, did you at least get the gist, or did you hear? I mean, Henyo is in the market this year for a TV, and definitely,
I heard.
Definitely CES. If there's something that I do watch CES for, is for the televisions. And Henyo, I'm always surprised to hear, but I guess you're that living witness that there's still people that have not yet upgraded to 4K. They're still running on their 1080 TVs, and they're just fine. And maybe this year is the year. Definitely, I have my take on that, but I want Jay. Before Jay goes into his topic, Jay, anything catch your eye TV wise?
Okay, let me be straight with y'all. I didn't cover anything TV wise on CES. I'm just being real about it.
Okay.
Well,
you run in 4K and yeah.
See, so like the only thing that would be left for me to do is just move up there a year in TV. So I mean, like TV technology is not something I'm like.
How long do you keep your TVs before you upgrade, Jay? I'm just curious.
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Henyo, you more than that?
Oh, absolutely. I take my time.
Okay.
Especially with TVs, they're so pricey that's something that is
Oh,
not
dude,
often.
you can get some good TVs on sale at Wally World.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I
just
mean,
catch
you
the
know,
right sale.
we're going to talk about that, but I want to kind of get a barometer because I think for the most part, most people hold on to TVs. Like if they get a TV they really like, I still have an LG Plasma. It's a 1080 in my living room. And you know, my wife is like, "Oh, let's hang it on the wall." I'm not hanging that on the wall. That's an old TV. And she's like, "But it looks great." And I'm like, "No, I'm not hanging it on the wall." Because it was one of the first, you know, LCD LED panels that came out, plasma 1080 before they made the jump to 4K. And the TV looks great, but yeah, it ain't going up on the wall.
That brother said, "Put it on the wall." Sacrilege! You can't do that.
I'm thinking,
No,
what
no.
am I going to do with this one that I have if I take it down this
Yeah.
year? I mean, where am I going to put this
Get rid
TV?
of it, man.
I doubt it. I could find somebody to buy it at a price point that I would want to sell it at. And honestly, I don't have a place to put it.
Yeah.
Man,
I feel terrible that my 1080 LG TV in the living room looks great, runs great, and yeah, if I upgrade, where am I gonna put that TV? Like, I don't even want to like put it on the curb or anything, and you know, who's gonna buy it?
Well, you know, normally I'll say this, and usually what I do since I upgrade a lot more often, maybe you guys should just pay it forward, give it to somebody who would need a newer TV or can't afford one. Here's a TV for you.
Yeah, kind of don't.
Let me ask you this. What's your address so I can send it to you?
I can't guarantee you that I'll receive that package, sir.
Tell me in the chat, guys, if you're listening to us live now. I know Sleek is here, and Sleek put guilty. He's guilty. How long do you hold on to your TVs, your television sets, before you upgrade? You know, is it 2-3 years like Jay said, or on the bleeding edge every year it's an upgrade, or are you still running, you know, 1080? And I'll be curious to know, and I do read comments, so let us know. I'm guilty right along with Sleek that I got a 2000. I had bought a 2000. Actually, it was a 2017. And I'm just gonna blame my wife. My wife, she kind of wanted that TV in the room upstairs. I'm not the one to have a TV in the bedroom, but it's the first time, I guess. And so she took my curved LG, and I just so happened that year at the end of 2019 to come across the TV I got now, the C9, and wound up getting it for a great price. And let me tell you, I don't regret it. It is a great TV for gaming and just for viewing. So Sleek says he keeps TVs for years. He's running 1080. So yeah, there you are. You're in good company. Henyo, you got company there with Sleek.
Y'all
I'm on a 55 inch. I plan to go to 65.
Okay.
Oh, you coming to my realm, huh? You want to come over to where the big boys play now?
I'm staying at 55 while I'm in this room, in this house. I can't go 65. Like, no.
I think I got at least 5 inches on each side of the wall that I could do that.
Okay.
Because I got like I got stuff like bookshelves and stuff like that surrounded the TV. So
okay.
Well, in time you've seen my 65, so need I say more?
Yeah, I mean yours is on a table and everything, and I mean even though the distance from your TV to your couch is, I mean you're close on that TV, but I'm on a 55, and I literally sit in front of my TV to do my gaming. I'll back up a little bit, but I'm like right on top of it. And so for me to get a 65 in my current setup, it's not doable. But yeah, micro LED.
12 feet away.
Yeah,
I'm more than 12 feet away. My couch is way back, so 55 inch looks pretty small after a while.
I hear you. Yeah, well, especially if you bump up to a 65 and beyond, there's no going back. So that's what I'm kind of scared of. I don't want to go past 55 and then, you know.
See, I'm thinking 75. I wanna go big at that point. 75 is my limit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Well,
right.
come on, man. That's 75 is
what?
the limit, dude.
Okay.
Let me say something here. A little note. In CES 2000 and I'm gonna say 2010. Do
Mhm.
you know what technology they were coming out with back then? What
In
they were saying
Oh,
was like
that's
cool.
in
In
that's a
2010,
2010?
that's about 11 years ago, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
10 years to the anniversary, but
Right.
they were predicting see-through displays.
Yes.
So
But
you
they,
could it looked like what's that Tom Cruise movie? The one that he was waving things around with his hands and he was still like kind of
you
Minority
talking about
Report.
Minority Report. That
oh
was the
Yeah.
technology that they were showing off a display panel that you could see through it, but yet you could see
Right.
the actual icons and stuff on the display itself. That's the technology that they were saying. Oh, look at this for CES.
Right.
And also, 152-inch TV made its debut.
Mm-hmm.
Flat screen TV. Guess how much that thing cost?
at least 15.
Nah, more
Gotta
than
be
that.
$15,000
15?
for $15,000
What?
for
I told you 15.
152-inch.
Oh, I
Who's
told you
putting that out?
15,000. I told you. I told you.
And that was playing
$15,000.
1080p back then.
Wow.
But that was what was coming out back then. That was like the hottest trend. That's what people, like, oh wow, this is that. People were still using flip phones back then.
Yep.
I remember before we even got the smartphones, we had those.
Mhm.
Oh man, hey, look, for those out there listening, that goes to show how old we are. We can go back and remember the
10
dawn
years
of
ago,
time.
man. Think about it 10 years ago.
Brother, I kind of wish there was still flip phones, man, because I would take a flip phone over the current phone I have right now just because, I mean, all I want is to make a call. I don't want to be, like, if you can't catch me on the phone, I don't want you to be able to catch me on an email, text, whatever other app, FaceTime, none of that, man. Now it's like you can't hide from nobody. So,
Yeah, it's called not answering. That's all.
yeah, no, I know, but it's like anyways, whatever. Though I don't want to go off topic, but yeah, you're right. You're right, Henyo. When you talked about those see-through screens, LG brought out and displayed their see-through OLED, and I'm thinking to myself, what use would this have? But then they showed how it could be placed as a window on a subway train. And so, you could be catching the news as you're looking out the window, the scenery outside in real time. And at the same time, watching a program or whatever, maybe on the ride to work or on the ride back home or wherever you're going. And even the displays like on vehicles, the front windshield showing the GPS and the tracking systems. So if something was to jump out into traffic, kind of alert you. And just like the landmarks as you're driving, it shows you like what building is what and what street's coming up. And it's all there in front of you.
That technology should be here already.
Yeah, most
that
definitely.
should be a standard on,
Most
just like
definitely.
you see the temperature on your display.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Most definitely. But you remember some of that stuff like we mentioned Minority Report. Remember Total Recall having stuff like that as well?
Oh man, don't even go there.
And I'm talking about Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, but the thing is, we all thought, especially when we were younger, the future was going to be like that.
right. And here we are. I mean, here we are as far as did you guys see the and then I'm going to turn it over to you
Okay.
Jay, so you can talk about what it was that you looked up and you actually enjoyed doing. But there was a scroll, an actual scroll that was actually like you can't even call it a tablet anymore because it was a scroll. It rolled out, and the dude was just like tapping on it like a tablet and doing a FaceTime call and whatever, and then rolled it right back up and put it in his bag. And it was like,
What?
wow, yeah, you didn't see that?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, they ended the what you call it, the keynote with that.
Yeah, it was like, wow, this is, I mean, the tech, a lot of it is, prototypes and whatnot, and it might not come out mainstream for some time. Some of it we might never see, but I'm sure that this tech they'll find somewhere to use it at some time. That was impressive. There was a phone as well. I forget who put it out that the screen extended. You can collapse it and it extended as well. Yeah, some crazy things. But Jay, what caught your eye as far as CES 2021?
Well, as we are drama-free gaming, and we definitely love our gaming, CES did have some gaming things out there, and revolving around Arcade 1-Up. I'm sure you guys know and heard of Arcade 1-Up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, talk to us about Arcade 1-Up in case the audience is not familiar.
Well, basically, in a nutshell, Arcade 1-Up machines are downscaled arcade machines you can put in your home at a fairly decent price. Many different titles, you got to go out there and look for them. Some of them are discontinued, so you definitely have to jump on them when they released. I have one personally. I have X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I have that combination, but Arcade 1-Up announced some new machines that even us old heads would play in the arcade might want to drop a little money on just for good sake.
Yeah, they're mini arcade cabinets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them have Wi-Fi technology, which is pretty dope. So we could all buy one, meet at a certain time, and game together via arcade. But one of the first machines that they announced was the 4-player X-Men with the Captain America game and Avengers and Galactic Storm. And that is Wi-Fi. So you guys remember 6-player X-Men back in the arcade back in the day?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now it's coming to your home.
Wow. So you're saying you can connect to the internet, and find other people with the cabinet and play.
Yeah, I can do that right now with my cabinet. You just put in the code, it pops up, and you get a room, and then once you're in your room, you meet up there, and there you go. And it's seamless too.
So talk to me about your experience about that. I'm curious about, first of all, the appeal of having a cabinet. Like, will you recommend this to anyone, or is it like you have to have a dedicated space? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, that depends on the individual and how you want it. I mean, I only want like 2, maybe 2 more machines, but I guess it's for me because I'm a real big retro head. There's something about walking into your house and seeing a classic gaming machine that you grew up with playing back in the day. Like, I've been thinking about purchasing a Miss Pac-Man one. And who wouldn't want to walk into their man cave, living room, kitchen, personal room, and just have a Miss Pac-Man machine sitting there? And just be like, you know what? For old time's sake. And just throw down. And they got I got other machines to announce. And that's just, the X-Men one is just for starters.
Wow.
This brother trying to make money off the kids.
Yeah, right. But can you put a quarter slot in it and have the kids pay 25 cents every time they want to play?
Oh, man.
You haven't figured that one out yet?
Yeah. But
about the quarter slot, can you set it up so that it takes quarters, or is it just like a start button?
No, you just hit the start button and you go.
Man, we gotta figure out a way to rig it.
Now you could drill a hole in there and be like, "But you got to put your cord in here before you hit that start button."
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the cabinets, Best Buys. I've seen them at Walmart.
Yeah,
and sometimes they have them demoed out. And it's cool for my liking. They seem, they're smaller cabinets. They're not like full blown arcade large cabinets. I like the art on them.
Yeah, I'll say this too. If anybody thinking about it because of the height wise, I'm 6'4", and I play these quite comfortably.
And you're standing in front of them.
Yeah,
do you have it propped?
I do have a stand. They do have standees.
Oh, okay.
So it actually lifts the machine an actual foot as well.
Okay.
And some of the machines that come out do have box art to match the machine itself and the artwork, so that makes it even more intriguing to have.
I saw the
Cool.
Star Wars one. I was really impressed with the Star Wars one.
Yeah,
yeah?
they did. Besides that, when they did release Outrun, they had an Outrun machine.
Nice.
Yeah, but one of the next machines that they're releasing, you guys remember Dragon's Lair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Dragon's Lair.
So they're doing Dragon's Lair 1, 2, and Space Ace as their own machine next.
Okay. Okay. And those are gonna be all in one cabinet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all in one cabinet.
All in one cabinet. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make that clear that you're buying one cabinet, but it has multiple games.
Oh, wait till I get to the legacy ones. And that's
Okay.
when you guys will probably take. And then from my fighting game heads, they got a cabinet with Killer Instinct 1, Killer Instinct 2, and Battletoads. And the original Battletoads that was in the arcade that everybody loved.
Okay.
Not the one on Nintendo that made you want to throw a controller.
Well, they
Because
just
that's
released
what
one
I
on Xbox as well.
Now we ain't talking about that. We talking about the original arcade beatdown Battletoads.
The OG.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, see, I'm more of a TMNT guy.
See, they have it. They have a TNT cabinet.
Yeah, I know that. I know they have the TMNT and of course NBA Jam. That's another one that I would roll with.
Now, see, this is the one you would roll with in time, and this is without a shadow of a doubt. So you have the Pac-Man Legacy Collection.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pac-Man Legacy Collection, most of the Legacy collections are going to come with 12 games. And this one is Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, Pac-Mania, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug 2, and Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's like pulling out an old Atari.
But you're doing it on an arcade cabinet.
Yeah, just doing it on a cabinet. Tell me something about these screens. Are they like the old school screens, or are they?
No, they're all LCD, 17-inch LCD screens. So
17
you're getting
inch. Okay.
So everything is built in.
They legitimately look like a classic 80s arcade cabinet.
Wow.
There is nothing fake about it. It looks legitimate. Like this is what I saw in the arcade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you could do if you one of those old cats like Henyo might get kind of happy, like I want to get me a couple and build your own arcade in your own house for no reason.
This was nice. I'm looking at it right now online.
Henyo kind of like, I'm looking at this right now.
I'm looking at that Space Ace arcade one. Looks nice. I mean, the artwork on the side of the panel, everything's legit. I mean,
look at the X-Men. Look at the X-Men.
Yeah, it's right up there. It's in the splash page when you arrive.
Yeah. So I mean,
so what site is it that? What site is that you're on right there? Just so we can say it here on the podcast.
You can go to
this is arcade1up.com. Arcade the number 1 up.com.
Okay.
It's all there.
Cool.
Accessories and all. Apparel.
Yeah, and trust me, if you get a chance, if you're in a Walmart, Best Buy, you see one, just put your hands on it for 5 minutes. I mean, some of them go from around $2.99 to $4.99, but that's definitely depending on how you get the machine. Because some machines do come with extras, some do come with the matching riser artwork and a stool and maybe an extra game. And then it's how you do it. Like Star Wars is still available if you can find it. Golden Axe is not.
The Star Wars one, you actually get to sit in on it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. And you actually, believe it or not, and a lot of people have a problem, but I'm not going to tell you this, guys. It's simple and easy to build. It took me 45 minutes the very first time I did it, and it's easy.
Okay, so
I go to IKEA all the time.
Yeah. So it doesn't come. I mean, it doesn't come in like little itty bitty pieces, right? And then you got to read some like foreign language directions or instructions. I should say.
You ever built a piece of IKEA furniture?
Yeah. I think we all have.
Yeah. So if you've ever built a piece of IKEA furniture, picture that simpler, understandable, and you go, I understand what you're doing here, and you can finish it on your own at a certain point.
Okay. And what's to your? I mean, I know you probably have a bias now. You've had it in your home for quite some time. You play it. You're an arcade guy as well. But overall, on a 1 through 5, if you had to just judge it on value, construction quality? You know, is it gonna be something durable, something you're gonna enjoy for a while? Like, what would you rate it, 1 through 5?
I would give it. I'd give him a 5, only because they set it up so you can legitly, if parts break, they're so easy to order the parts and fix yourself. If you have even a remote sense of, hey, I can go in, tinker a little bit, it's that simple. You just got to have the willing to want to do it. They're easy to fix if you want to do it. They're easy to fix. The parts are cheap. And just having that nostalgia feeling, for me, it's nostalgia. For somebody else out there, it might be different. But I'm just speaking on my interest. That's why I want a couple of more, just to walk in and go, damn, I got an arcade in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm an old man.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we were in different times where we could actually walk into like some place and see these machines, out, that you can have access to them and experience them. Because I've had the opportunity. My Walmart now, I see them, they're boxed, but because of the whole situation with COVID and whatnot, they don't have one on display for people to go touch and play and actually get that, that hands-on experience to demo it. So, but definitely something to look into, especially if you're an enthusiast. But I'm kind of impressed that you can connect it to Wi-Fi and actually look for other people to play with on some of these cabinets.
Yeah. So, like, for example, let's say me, you, and Henyo is like, everybody go find an NBA Jam machine. We could all do that and then all meet in a room and play together.
That's pretty dope.
So yeah, that's why I got excited when I started playing on mine. I was like, wait, this is Wi-Fi? I went to a room and just found a random person. We started playing. I was like, yo, this is arcade all over again.
That's pretty dope.
I think this is a really good product if you kind of have neighbors and stuff like that like to hang out in your crib and stuff like that. You kind of get to show it off. For someone who's like alone all the time, this is almost while it might be
Joust, Gauntlet, Paperboy, Defender, Rampage, Root Beer Tapper, Bubbles.
He died again. He died again. Technical issues.
I don't know how many more items he had listed on from CES, but I have quite a few too.
Well, let's come with it, Henyo. Come with it.
All right.
So where are you gonna start us off here?
So we mentioned micro LED making its debut this year. They touched up on TLC panels also.
You're back, Jay.
Okay.
I gave the baton to that's okay. I gave the baton to Henyo because he got a list of stuff from CES. So we'll come back to you, Jay.
Do your thing, Henyo.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. Do your thing, baby.
So TCL to me is not a big name brand, but apparently they've been pushing out solid products.
Yes,
and this year is no different. They're gonna put out some more products, probably with better quality or better components. So look out for that if you're on the I don't want to use the word cheap, but
well, can I interject for a moment, and can we chat about that for a little bit, Daniel, if you don't mind? Because TCL guys, if you're listening, and now I'm not a expert at anything, but I've been cheerleading TCL for over a year now. And actually, when I picked up my second OLED, I'm a big LG person, okay? So if you guys have listened, then whatever. I love my OLED LG. But when I saw TCL arrive on the scene along with Hisense, I in particular started to focus on TCL and was digging and had actually known about the micro LED. They're actually the first ones to introduce that technology and to bring those that tech to the panels. And I was saying over a year or more now, I said TCL is going to be the brand to watch just like you remember when Vizio first started and it was like a no-name brand. And now
Vizio,
and
okay.
now Vizio is spoken of in the same breath as Sony and Samsung. And they put out a great product. But TCL, guys, especially with this micro LED, you see a lot of attention being put on Samsung, Sony, LG, with this micro LED. But TCL is the first to bring this out on their panels. They actually had this already on their Series 5, I believe, on the bigger TV screens. And now with the Series 6, they're bringing out, they already bypassed 4K. They're putting out 8K panels. And we're talking about over 30,000 nano cells, these little mini micro LEDs that they're putting directly on the panels that they're going to be able to dim zones, and there's going to be more zones. So they're going to get even richer colors, darker blacks. I'm excited because I know what an awesome picture looks like on my OLED. But I think that the next TV that I'm gonna get is probably gonna be a TCL. And I'm talking about a few years down the road, not now. I think Henyo mentioned about, I don't need an 8K TV now, but TCL is really pushing the tech. I just recommended TCL to my brother, and he picked up a Series 5. I told him go with the Series 5. He got, I believe, a 55-inch 4K, HDR capable. It's going to run and look beautiful with your next gen consoles or your, last gen consoles. VRR, the variable refresh rate and whatnot. You're gonna be okay. And he got it, I think, for less than $500. So
And
something to really look
that
at.
yeah, that's a great price point. I mean, that's half of what you're gonna pay for anything
Yeah,
near, not even for 2K. You're
yeah,
getting 4K quality.
yep.
That is an amazing price point, and that's why I didn't want to use the word cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to use the word more
No,
affordable.
competitive.
Oh,
They're putting everybody on notice. I'm telling you that. And even the Series 6, Henyo, look it up. Since you're in the market for a TV, you can probably get a 65-inch TCL current gen 6 series for under $1,000. I've seen the prices already. So look it
Why
up.
he gonna get quiet though? Why he
Yeah,
get so
he's
quiet?
probably looking it up now.
More than likely.
I first got to come up with the money.
No, I hear you. But I'm saying if you're going to go that route, and this is coming because there's some affordable LG products out there, OLED, but they're not. If you're gonna get the OLED experience, like the true OLED experience, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay 1,500 and above, easily. But these TCLs, bro, I'm telling you, my brother was in your situation, Henya, where he was playing on a TV. It didn't have any HDR, nothing. He was just, and he got his this last Saturday, and the first thing he texted me was, "Yo, this TV looks amazing." So
All on the website. You could go to tcl.com and look at it.
yeah,
And it's true, the hardware that's in there, or the components that are in there,
yep,
the technology
yep,
that's in there.
yeah,
That's the word, technology.
mm-hmm,
Absolutely.
yeah,
So if we could move on from this,
sure,
just
go for it.
there's other things. We also got HDMI cables upgrades, in which, for the consoles, you're gonna get a higher refresh rate
Mm-hmm.
from these new cables. So even HDMI cables are getting an upgrade this year. You're gonna start seeing the new crop of cables that will allow these consoles to jump out of 60 hertz. and go into a more refresh rate that your your TV panel is capable of. So
Right.
that was some technology out there that didn't make a lot of news, but it's coming this year. LG is including Stadia and Nvidia gaming
Mm-hmm.
as part of their television. So just like you would, have Roku on your, as part of your TV, they're planning to, sign off with Stadia and Nvidia to provide a gaming experience straight from the TV itself. So you'll stream the game to your TV. So no console needed. So that's some news that made out there that I kind of caught wind of. A lot of technology for work from home. So you saw a lot of items that you get to utilize at home. I don't recall anything particular, but there was just like little doodads and stuff like that. From home furnishings to like foot massagers to neck
Mm.
massagers, all sorts of stuff like that to make being home really really comfortable.
Right.
Like you mentioned, the rollable screens on your mobile device, kind of caught people's eyes, and if you didn't see it, it's at the end of the keynote. You can fast forward to that. Um, Nvidia was pretty quiet in my book, and I think that might be because of their hardware backlog.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really have the hardware to like there's not enough of the hardware out. Everyone's still kind of waiting. It's almost like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox situation. People do have their systems, but for those that don't, what is there for you to do?
Right.
So Nvidia was pretty quiet in my book in those fronts, and those were some of the just key points that I kind of captured from CES this year.
Cool, cool. What do you think about the and let me ask you because and I want to ask you specifically about the HDMI, the 2.1, I think is what you was referring to. The TVs for this year, and you do have like my C9, which is a 2019 LG OLED, like I said here, does have the 2.1 ports, so I kind of like lucked out with that. But some of the Bs for this year for 2021, they have either only one port, 2.1,
Turn to
and
drop or
yeah, and you have to be an informed consumer, right? Because they'll tell you on the box, yeah, 2.1, variable refresh rate, VRR, whatever. They'll tell you it has all the bells and whistles, but then the real fine print, you got to read because some of the features, just for example, if you plug into their 2.1 HDMI port, it might support 120 frames, let's say, with the current gen consoles, PS5 and the Xbox Series. But it might only run 120 frames at 1440, 2K, not 4K. So you have to ask those questions, and I wouldn't ask, and no offense, I would not ask the Best Buys person because they're just gonna read what's on the box.
Mhm.
Or the
Yeah,
Geek
I
Squad.
would.
I would look it up myself. Look it up. Look on the websites, and if you're not satisfied, I would even call the company and be like, hey, I need to talk to someone who knows what they're talking about, and does this support this, and this, and make sure that the specs are there and that it's not an either or situation. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, Henyo, and I'm taking a little bit of time, is because I put out a video that's gotten a couple of thousand views. I didn't even really know that it was gonna, I think you commented on it as well, but for some flickering. And there's people that still are commenting on that video with other type of TVs that they have, and even newer TVs than mine. And the only thing I can tell them is, hey, troubleshoot it. Make sure you're using the right cables, 2.1 certified. Make sure that your TV has that, 2.1 capability. And those features are not just limited to, if you're running it at 4K, you could only do 60 frames per second and not 120, You got to look at all these little things, and and hopefully that will help some people out here. So
Yeah. It pains me when I go to these like Best Buy and other stores, and people are just picking up TVs and they just because of the size of it. They're
yeah,
like, oh, it's a big TV, it's gonna look good automatically. They don't take time to like look at the refresh rates that you're gonna get receiving, the quality of the cable that you're gonna use on this, and it's just it's not because they don't care. I think it's just not enough proper information is given out.
yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
they just see
Or
they just see a
marketing.
big box with
Yeah,
4K, and that they think they're just gonna get that instantly. They don't realize what the refresh rate, how much a refresh rate enhances the picture quality.
right,
They think, all right, I'll just use the cable that came with my cable box and connect it to the TV and or whatever system that wherever they got the HDMI cable from,
right,
at a flea
right. Yeah,
market or whatever.
yeah. You go to
Yeah,
Dollar General and pick up the HDMI cable. Costs you $5, and
yeah.
because all HDMI cables are the same, right?
Uh-huh. That's the mentality.
That's the mindset. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's and then you get people that run into that, and it's like I learned something from the CES 2021 show, and one of the points that was made was how in Hollywood, when they're making the movies and they're putting it on the format for you to watch home on your TV on your panel, Hollywood has a standard, and they're looking for color accuracy, and for you to get the cinema experience. But you got some TVs that will forfeit accuracy of actual colors and how the producers of these films meant for the film to look and to be viewed. They throw that out the window and they go, well, our TV is brighter. Our reds are more red than the competition, and our blue is more blue. Like we don't see, like, our vision in real life is not 4K. you know? And sometimes I'll look at these TVs and I'm like, wow, that's super duper sharp. Like, it looks more like a painting than it does real life. And so when you stop to think about it, what do people go for? They go for, like what you said, it looks brighter, it's bigger, it costs less. That's the one I'm getting. And then when they go home, they realize, wait a minute, how come it doesn't look the same like it did in the display? Because there's even a mode that the store puts the TV on to display like certain footage to catch your eye. But then you get home and it's not the same picture.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you
It's
definitely have to
the
be
time
informed.
effect.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you'll start seeing tearing and pixelation and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's just, and it's just a matter of having the right cables and the proper configuration on your TV set, spending time with it, and going through each setting and presets and a little bit of customization. When I sit down with my monitors, I adjust the all that gamma and the brightness and the
Right.
contrast, and then you got color sets that you kind of want to adjust, to make it easier on the eyes. And my
Mm-hmm.
wife always, she'll say something like, "Oh, the monitor is really bright. Why does it need to be so bright?" It's not intentionally. It's just because of the daylight of the time of usage. So
Right.
in the daytime it looks great, but at night it's super bright. So it's like you got to change your presets to night mode, and stuff like that. So every environment is different. So when you see it in TV at Best Buy, it's gonna look different than what you do when you bring it home for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
It just sounds.
the diamond ring or the ground beef, right? The effect of ground beef being really red in Target or Costco's or wherever. If you look above, there's like a light shining down on the meat
Yeah.
to bring out that pop, that red color. Same thing with diamond rings at the jeweler. Look above, where you're standing. There's a spotlight on that ring to make that ring shine, and then that's the effect that you're kind of experiencing when you go shopping for a TV.
Yeah. That's so true. It has to look appealing to the eyes and to the senses and whatnot, but
Right.
but you have to be informed. You have to educate yourself so that you can go, because we're dropping hard-earned money, and I don't care if it's $500 or $5,000. It's money that you are hopefully investing into a product that you're gonna hold on to for some time, and you want to get the best product that you can get for your money. So most definitely. Jay, let's go back to you. Anything else that you want to share, or Henyo, is there anything that you still want to add?
No. I went down my list real quick and just touched up on a couple of things. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you sharing, and guys, if you're listening again to this on audio, you're catching this on a replay, and it's the first time, it is DFG Podcast on Anchor.fm. We are on iTunes and other platforms as well. We appreciate if you would just come over also to Drama Free Gaming on YouTube.com. Leave some comments for us. I do read the comments. I do respond. If there's any questions you might have as to anything that we spoke about, maybe something that we missed that we should have mentioned, leave it in the comments. We would love to talk about it. There's a lot that was going on at CES 2021, a lot that we can talk about. I know we're not gonna catch not even a third of it, but we're touching on things that caught our attention and our eye. So, Jay, you didn't mention the and I don't know if you saw it, the actual gaming table from Arcade 1-Up. Did you see that?
Yeah, the ping pong table. I did.
No, not the ping pong table. No, I didn't see no ping pong table.
Pong. I mean, not ping pong. Pong.
Pong. It was the digital table.
No. This is an actual pong table
from Arcade 1-Up.
Yeah, they do coffee tables too.
Okay, but I'm talking about the one they had at CES. They had one where I believe they had digital, like Monopoly, Battleship, Risk, like all these board games. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Well, that was announced, and that one also you can connect via Wi-Fi to the internet, and of course, if a relative has it or whatnot, you can connect with them and play Monopoly on that digital table. It's really cool. Really cool. I don't know what the price on that is gonna be, but it's it was something that I saw and I said, okay, this is something to right up Jay's alley. So
nah, I'll hold back on that, but guys, invest in Arcade 1-Up. It's a good investment. That's about the best thing I can tell you.
Yeah, if you got the space for it, I would go for it.
If they now, which game would you get then, since you say you would go for it?
No, I mean, I already mentioned. I liked in the arcades. I liked the to play TMNT was probably the one that I played the most. Definitely the Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. These were games that I had a chance to play on the Super Nintendo, and Henyo remembered those days when we used to get together in his house, in his room, and play Street Fighter Turbo. I'm that's me right there. Street Fighter Turbo, TMNT, NBA Jam. Those are the games that I would look to get on one of these Arcade 1-Up machines, but not in my current setup. I could fit maybe one or two machines if I got rid of the futon in the back, which I don't use. I can put like 3 or 4 machines in there, but I just don't see myself doing that. Not here, not in this space.
Well, it'll be good for it's just something you just walk in and see it and be like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is like, I don't think this is going to be my final pit stop. I think I got one more move in me. And, when I do make that move and finally settle down in my last resting place, then, I'm going to make sure that I get the room that has, the acoustics and get my setup and everything the way I want. And maybe that'll be something that I'll look at, again, later on in the future. So, But
Yes,
for
sir.
now, I'll live vicariously through your experience.
And
Through an
speaking of which,
emulator.
yeah, true. And speaking of which, I want to get to this point. So me and Tom been talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bitched about it long enough. I'm finally looking to upgrade.
Upgrade from what? Let's be specific now.
I'm up. Oh my god.
I put you on the spot. You're like upgrade. People like upgrade what?
Okay, so
Upgrade his cable connection? I don't know. You know.
I'm upgrading my laptop.
Okay. Now,
All right.
what are you currently on? How old is your laptop?
Oh, this laptop's about 5 years old.
Okay.
This thing is terrible.
Okay.
Oh, the technical problems. Laptop. It ain't the Wi-Fi. So I think this is some kind of. Hold on, let me see if I can still find the specs for this thing.
So while you're looking for the specs, why a laptop and not a desktop? Why not go full blown tower?
Because I don't have the room for a full blown tower right now.
Oh, that's right. You got like 12 arcade 1-up machines, so
Oh, see, there we go with that.
you know I was gonna blow up your spot. So.
Hey, it's all. That's what you're supposed to do. It's all good.
So laptop because of convenience and whatnot. Henya, what made you choose a desktop, or do you have both?
I have both. I have a desktop. My, you know, I've always wanted a laptop to like move around with. It just gives me the mobility I want. So, but I've always been a desktop guy, and a laptop was just a mobility thing for me.
Did you see anything or know of anything on the horizon here as far as laptops? There was a lot of announcements and a lot of laptops literally dropping starting in February.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I now that you mentioned it, I didn't really catch anything for on the laptop.
Okay, you mentioned Nvidia. You might want to like sneak on their site and go check that out. There was some major announcements for
Oh,
some gaming
oh,
laptops.
oh yeah, they're definitely upgrading the chip
Yeah.
on the laptops. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That was just a matter of time to me, though.
it caught my eye. They were even talking about how some of these gaming laptops are going to be able to you're going to be able to just plug in an external GPU and run it that way. You need a Henya's
That
scouring the internet now.
no,
I know this
no,
brother.
because that to me is a little bit like
Is that
what's
cheating?
that equivalent to me?
Yeah.
That's like,
Talk to me about that. I want to know how you feel about, because I feel a certain way about it too.
I don't, I don't. To me, it's almost like on the bootleg level. Like if you're gonna hook up an external video card to a laptop just to game on your laptop, I mean,
Why not do a desktop, right?
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, but I want gaming to go. I've brought my Xbox on a bus and played, so don't give me, don't tell me that you need to hook up your laptop with a better video card. And besides, most video games could be played on a decent video card on a laptop, and I know
Right.
this for a fact because I do it. I'm not even on a 2000 series on my laptop, and I'm able to play some of the cooler games like GTA and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's really gimmicky to have an external video card on your laptop. Yeah, it gives you capabilities to go beyond with what your existing hardware does, but I don't know. That's gimmicky to me, and I would bypass that, and I'd rather carry a portable LCD and an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm with you there, especially like with the new Xbox Series S, how little that is,
Yeah.
and just have it, have it in a backpack or something with a little screen. That would be kind of dope to play on the go.
Yeah, that's my original idea to like get the Xbox S, but then this whole COVID thing has just put a damper on
Yeah.
things, and traveling is not as much as it used to be. I used to be on the road all the time, coming and going from work, to work, and that's like an hour and a half, and that's to me it was an hour and a half on a bus, so that was like the perfect time to kill.
Right.
And I'm not big into mobile gaming. Yeah, I'll play one or two games on my mobile device, but in order to go to the next level, you have to take it to the next level,
That's
and
right, baby. That's
that's
right.
that's
It
when I
is.
I
There it
went in
is.
on a portable, LCD monitor and portable a slim Xbox, and I was good to go. I was playing The Division on a bus.
On the bus. That's a gamer, people.
Yeah, that's that's
Yeah,
On
he
the
that's
bus.
bring a tear to my eye. Put me to
that,
shame.
this brother. Did you let it trickle down, man?
This is I mean, we find a way to game, but I'm with you, brother, as far as like if you can or if you're willing or even thinking about putting an external graphics card, connecting it to your laptop, like first of all, I don't want that card that belongs in a tower, right? Out and about in the wild, put that down somewhere, it gets misplaced, someone snatches it up, it falls, you sit on it, it breaks. Like, no. That alone is these graphics cards, some of them are just as expensive as the actual laptop you probably gonna be using to play.
That is right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't even go there.
yeah. This
Again, it's
brother.
really gimmicky and just send a push out there for people to to
So
try it.
off the dome, Henyo, just off the top of your head, and I know you didn't get a chance to check the new stuff coming out. What would you recommend to Jay and Jay, explain what you want to do with your laptop.
Well, I'm basically going to do a bit of streaming and gaming and possibly editing.
Yeah. So
So
you're looking at high memory utilization and definitely storage, right? So those are going to be your two main concerns, right? Because while you're streaming, it's recording, and that takes up space. You want temporary fast space, so you're looking at at least a minimum of a 1 terabyte hard drive in your computer. You're looking at 16 gigs or 32 gigs of memory in your laptop, and it's not so much that you have good a lot of memory. You want to look at the speed of your memory. So especially with streaming, you're looking at the DDR 3200. Again, I know you don't know a lot about computers and stuff like that, or you just what's your term? You're speaking.
I'm Charlie Browned out, man. That
Yeah,
wah,
I'm
wah,
Charlie.
wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah. So right now 3200 on a laptop, it's almost like the bandwidth speed, right?
Yeah,
On a memory, right? So you want that bandwidth to be open wide. You don't want nothing to clog up all that data that you're streaming, that you're pushing, right? And memory plays a big part of it because it's a temporary storage, right? For the application, for the disk. So you want that guy to be wide, and you want that guy to have the resources to provide you that seamless thing. So to me, my advice to you is look for a laptop with good DDR speeds, right? So we're talking 3200 or above.
And
That's how
that's
fast.
and Henyo, and that's RAM, correct? That's what you're talking about?
Memory speed, yeah. DDR RAM, yes.
Yeah,
Those are the
DDR
memory
RAM, he's
modules.
talking about, yeah, the RAM. Okay.
I mean, I found some great laptops, but uh, Intel was like, you might want to wait till February for the new ones to roll out. So I'm a hang back and see what they got coming out.
Yeah, you might also want to pass that SKU number around or that model number around to the guys and get a seal of approval.
Right.
Oh no, it's
Right.
it's gonna be it's gonna be discussed. But I found some, and I was about to pull the trigger, and the brother said, "Nope, you need to wait." I was like, "Okay,
Mhm.
I'm
And
a."
Yeah. I kind of
I
caution. Go ahead. Go ahead, Henyo.
I bought my daughter a Lenovo Legion laptop, right? And it was a perfect laptop for her. She's a gamer. She's a gamer, and she although she only plays like Fortnite, Counter Strike, and GTA, they're demanding they're demanding games, right? So I hooked her up with a nice laptop, but the something happened, and I guess the fan blew out or the GPU blew out, so it's out for repair right now, and it just doesn't feel like it's been in repair already for a month. So it
Good
doesn't
God.
feel like I'm gonna get this laptop back, to so I'm looking for either the equivalent or a replacement for it. and I bought this during the Christmas, what you call it,
Holiday.
right before Christmas, the
Yeah.
Black Friday
Black Friday.
deals and stuff like that. And it was the perfect laptop. I got it for $1,000. You cannot get this laptop for $1,000. You cannot even find this laptop anymore. That's how much
Wow.
of a rare gem it was. And it kind of hurts me now that, I have to go looking for another laptop for her, and it's not going to be as good as the one that, that originally gave her. So I'm doing research right now, and I cannot find. I mean, this laptop had a 2000 series
Mm.
GPU, right? Right now, the standard is 1600, type of video card, which by any standard is a great video card, on a laptop. It does the job. But this one had a 2000 series, and just to put it in perspective, the 3000 series is being released this year.
Right.
So it was at the price point that I picked it up for, it was a gem, and I can't find this gem again. So short story, I'm with Jay. I'm looking for a laptop for her. I don't think that they're gonna come through to fix it. This is a manufacturer repairing it. So the fact that they haven't gotten back to me, and I checked on them like a week ago or two, and they still haven't even begun the process.
Mm.
So it's really
Uh,
disheartening. And now I have to go. I feel bad for her because she does well in school. She does what she needs to do, and her reward is gaming. She has carte blanche on my desktop computer, and my computer's, it's my everything. But I give her access to it, and I let her, install her games, and let her, on the weekends I don't even use my desktop because I know how hard she works during the week, and she don't have a laptop,
Mhm.
so I
oh,
let her use my desktop.
see, that's what Papa's right there for. See what I mean? That's daddy right there, y'all. That's how you handle it.
So Jay, I'm with you. I'm looking for a laptop as well. So we could, if you bump into something that you feel, hey man, is this good enough? Pass it by me. We'll chat
Yeah,
about
I
it.
mean, I
Definitely.
I was on Amazon and I don't know anything, and I was seeing a video. I guess they're NVIDIA 280 Supers, and one was 1660s, and I was like, "What the hell is all this? This
It,
this is jibber
it's
jabber to me."
it's really hard,
Yeah.
especially if you really like trying to get at a certain price point, right? The idea is that you're trying to keep your laptop around $1,000. Okay, you can go below it, you can go above it, right? But if you go above it, are you really getting your money's worth?
Right.
Are you just overpaying for it? And then if you get it underneath $1,000, am I really getting good hardware? Am I getting a good monitor with with the laptop? Is it thin enough? Is it too thick? Is it does it have enough hard drive space? Is the memory good? Is the memory slow?
Mm.
Because there is such a thing as slow memory. You know, uh, the bandwidth of a memory is everything to me. That's a lesson that I learned that just within the last 2 years, how important it is for you to have good memory.
Mm.
Yeah, you can have a decent GPU and a great processor, but if your memory is a choke point, you will realize it quickly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know that a lot of the 300 series are the better chips, but was there any upside or downside to the 200 series?
I think they're calling them like 3000 series, the 2000 series. That's the sweet spot right now in laptop gaming. Um, the standard is the 1600 series. That's the GTX, right? You want to kind of get into the RTX 2000 series. That's where Nvidia is at, and that's where it's sort of the middle ground, for the sweet spot for gaming on a laptop. It's the GeForce RTX 2070. On my personal professional laptop, I'm running a GTX, which is, last year's technology. But I'm able to run all these great games. Granted, I can't play Flight Simulator on it, but it runs GTA just fine. My daughter doesn't have a problem playing Fortnite on it. There's not too many games that I've been able to load up and have it get stuck. So, I mean, it definitely plays yesterday's games. I wouldn't play Cyberpunk on it.
Right. Yeah, and Jay shared with me, because I asked him, the first thing I asked him was, "What's your budget?" And I think you said it was like 1,500. And I do
Yeah.
have to continue to give Sleek a shout out. He's still here. He's been listening all this time. He says he's been playing on his 3DS. That's the perfect size screen for him. And he also made the comment just now, Henry. He said your first mistake is Lenovo.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
I mean, he and Sleek knows what he's talking about because he's a techie guy. So,
in all honesty, I bought both of my daughters the same laptop because that's how good of a deal it was. The
yeah,
other one works fine.
yeah,
The
So
other
what
one works fine.
companies?
So it was a 50-50,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So what companies should I avoid in laptops? For me that would be a good question.
Um, they all do a decent job. I could tell you who you should go with versus who to stay
Right.
away from.
Hey, because I think it's gonna be like a personal, preference on this, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
give me
Like
your
with
top
your
three.
own
Give me your
experience.
Yeah,
top three.
my top one would be Asus. I like Asus. I
Aces.
like Dell's, and if I had to get a third, I don't know. I guess MSI. MSI.
What do you think, Sleek? What would you recommend?
Some people like Acers.
I mean, I
Yeah,
did
I have to agree with you on
Alienware.
Aces as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What about companies like Alienware and Dell?
Yeah, I like Dell, but Dell's, they want a lot, and so does Alienware. They
Yeah,
want
they're
a
more pricey.
shitload of money for their
Yeah.
games.
At
But
that
do
point,
you
you're
get
paying for the brand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry, I said for the games for their product.
for
Yeah,
the
they
brand. Yep.
Dell and Alienware are the most. It's like you're paying for the name.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Dell
Yeah.
does own
Yeah.
Alienware
Sleek
as a
says. Sleek says Dell owns Alienware now.
it's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Oh wow.
Yep. So
I like Asus. Asus is a good brand. Also, are you looking for a 15-inch or a 17-inch screen? That
17.
determines a lot. Yeah, 17 should be your standard. Most people who travel with their laptops love a 15-inch. Again, because it fits anywhere. You can stick it in a Manila folder and just literally carry it around.
mm,
But I am a 17-inch guy. I like the that nice big screen.
Yeah.
Even if it even if I had to upgrade to a backpack to carry it around.
mm,
I'd get the backpack versus putting it underneath my arm.
cool. Cool. And that'll be able. That's gonna suit him to do his streaming, to do his gameplay. I know he's gonna throw his emulators on there. He's gonna want to do that. So he should be good to go once he finds something that he can throw the skew at you again and we can give it the seal of approval.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing. I'm gonna be. I don't know exactly when the laptops are releasing date wise. I'm trying to keep an eye out on that. So, but I was told somewhere in February. But I'm gonna be looking for good deals. And I did tell you one, didn't I, in time? And you were like, "Yeah, that's a lot of laptop for the price."
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
can't.
and the thing is, this is my thinking. Since these laptops were just announced and they're going to be dropping starting in February, and Daniel mentioned one of them, Asus, they're going to be dropping a lot of these laptops. It should drive down the current laptops because for what you want to do and accomplish, you don't have to go again with the bleeding edge tech. You can actually purchase one of these computers now, these laptops now, but get it for a cheaper price instead of paying, through the nose because you didn't wait, a month or more. you know
Yeah,
just to save yourself a couple of bucks and then at that point you can invest. You still got to think about your capture card, you got to think about a mic, um and just it's always good to be a little bit more patient. But what does Sleek say? He says, I love me some HP, but have built all my machines. Get 2 drives in it, one for OS and one for all your caca.
Yeah, that he seems to be talking about desktop.
Yeah.
And I personally don't like. I had a bad experience with HP, and I I kind of strayed away from them, whether it's desktop or laptop.
Mm.
A lot of bloatware. They love to bloatware your machine.
Yeah, I noticed that with like installing like printers and drives. They always want to add something more that you're never gonna use.
Right.
But he says one strictly for OS, a good SSD, and I could definitely vouch for SSDs because since I upgraded from my mechanical drive and just have SSDs in my desktop computer, there's no way I'm going back. Like, I
Yeah,
love my SSD.
I found a lot of 2020 laptops
Mm-hmm.
with really strong, and I was looking into SSD stuff, and I was like, wow, I didn't know SSD like matched with certain pieces make your whether it be desktop or computer absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It's like what Henyo was saying. You wanna make sure you're getting something for what you want to do. And that RAM. I learned that the hard way as well with my desktop. I was bottlenecking and I had to upgrade my RAM, and then I went on to upgrade eventually my CPU because it was bottlenecking my GPU. So yeah, it's just these things have to run and coincide so that you have a nice smooth experience and you're not hitting any walls. But we'll get you there. We'll get you there most definitely.
Yep, 16 gigs. That's right.
Yeah, 16 gigs or more.
At least.
At least.
Well, I'll go more only because it's just better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, and you're gonna hold on to it for a while. It's not like you're going to buy one this year and then next year you're gonna get another one. So.
Oh no, I got to make room for the TV fund.
Yeah, because you're upgrading like every 10 months. I don't know what are you gonna do with those huge TVs you got in your house already, bro?
Well, I don't know. I'll probably take the 65 that's in my living room, put it in my room.
And what are you gonna do with the one in your room?
Yeah, put it to the boys' room, and then
the one that's there, what are you gonna do with that one?
I'll probably give that one away.
Well, talk to Henyo afterwards, right? It's a 4K TV. You can send it his way.
And you're like, I'll take a free TV.
What? You would have talked to my brother not too long ago. He would have jumped all over that. He would have drove up there and got it. No, he's crossed over to the promised land now. 4K TV. I told him, I said, dude, you're gonna really like it.
Oh, he's discovered the true promised land, huh?
Yeah. Well, he was playing on a huge screen, but it had no HDR. It was not 4K. And when I first saw it, I didn't want to burst his bubble, but I was like, dude, that's just a display. That's not a 4K TV. And so he was okay with it for a moment, but then he said, I gotta upgrade. I think he had it for like 2 years and whatnot. But yeah. But he's with his TCL Series 5 and he's loving it, man. He is definitely loving it. So
I think Series 6 is about to drop, isn't it?
Yeah, they announced it and yeah, but yeah, it's Series 5. You still good with the Series 5, man. I'm serious. Again, TCL, I can't recommend it any more than I've been doing here. So Sleek says there is a really good site that you can benchmark everything. Yeah.
We'll throw it out there, Sleek. Don't just talk about it. What you got?
Yeah, either DM Dark Dad on Discord and let him know. I know I've been throwing a couple of sites at him as well, but let me talk to you guys about. I know we've been talking a lot of tech and CES in 2021 and a lot of stuff. And again, we missed a lot of things, guys, but this is just stuff that stood out for us, and we just wanted to just chat and share. A lot of competition is what I'm gonna say. A lot of competition in the tech world with GPUs, CPUs. Television manufacturers have realized that the gaming industry is viable, and they are putting the tech into their TVs so that the gamers out there, whom a large majority, I'm assuming, have PC and understand that you need that monitor, you need that, the correct display for your games to maximize the experience, they're realizing, hey, we need to step up our TV technology and offer even to the casual gamer with these current gen consoles the experience. So they see the value in it. And that's why I think I made a comment on a couple of podcasts ago that our television sets are no longer just to view, our Netflix movies. Our Netflix movies are not running at 60 frames per second. I think it's like 24 frames is when a movie is filmed at. Something like that. So, when you hear us talking about frame rates and refresh rates and screen tearing and all this other stuff, you might be like, why should I care? Well, because even if you're a casual gamer and you're going to be playing on the new Series X or on the PlayStation 5, you're not going to get the full experience from these machines unless your TVs are capable. And the television set, again, it's like a computer monitor now. They are able to run these high refresh rates, and you have to be somewhat educated or informed, I should say, as to what you're getting and how you get the max out of your setup. So any of you guys want to add anything else? Because I do want to touch upon Star Wars here for a moment and throw it at you.
Well, you had me at the beginning with the Star Wars thing. So what you got?
So you guys have no idea what I'm talking about when I mentioned to you before we even hit the live button about Star Wars. No idea.
No. I'm gonna go out and say no.
And he's gonna say no. Okay. So Lucas Films is back in the picture, and they have been talking to game developers. And I'm gonna, before I jump into Star Wars, Machine Games, who is part of Bethesda, and of course the deal is almost finalized with Xbox acquiring Bethesda and all of those, developers under that umbrella. Machine Games is one that develops, I believe, Wolfenstein. Is one of those games that they put out. Lucasfilm has surfaced and has spoken to them, Machine Games and Bethesda, to put out an Indiana Jones game. Have you heard about that?
Oh, get out of here. Are you serious?
Man, you haven't heard this news.
Dude, I've been off the news scene for a minute.
You definitely have.
So what you got for me? I need to hear this.
So Machine Games, again, they make Wolfenstein first-person game. And anyone who has played Wolfenstein and has enjoyed that, again, Lucasfilm has come out. Lucasfilm, aka Disney, has come out and said, hey, we want you guys, in partnership with you guys, to put out an Indiana Jones game. And you, myself, and Henyo, we're old gray heads. We know what Indiana Jones is about, right?
All right, man. Don't you get me started.
Y'all seen all the Indiana Jones movies, right?
I have.
Okay. Yep. What do you think? What do you think about an Indiana Jones game coming out, and what would you want it to be?
I think it would look like Indiana Uncharted.
You think so?
That's what it would like. Yeah, I think.
Oh God.
Gameplay.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna see something like Battlefront type. I think we're gonna see something more like Uncharted type of gameplay.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with Henyo on that one. I definitely see a lot of platforming, a lot of puzzle solving.
So you both guys are in agreement that it would or should be a third person instead of a first person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be involved in figuring out puzzles and stuff like that. So to that effect.
Okay. And it's funny you guys mentioned Uncharted because Uncharted and Tomb Raider obviously got their inspiration from Indiana Jones.
Well, of course.
I mean, Indiana Jones, for you guys who have no idea what Indiana Jones is or who Indiana Jones is, go look it up. Okay, look up Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones. Look up those movies. That's where the inspiration was taken from. He's the OG. How would that game be though to distinguish it from Uncharted and Tomb Raider? What would the character of Indiana Jones have to be in order for you? Well, first of all, let me ask: are you guys even remotely interested?
I am, just for the namesake. That's a nostalgia grab for me.
How about you, Henya?
I don't think there would be anything real new to the table as far as gameplay. I think I just don't see them being innovative to to create something that's like, oh wow, this is different. I think they're just gonna use the name, and they're gonna go with puzzle solving type of gameplay in which you're just roaming around the caverns, or following a storyline to get you to the end of the story.
Okay.
I don't see them bringing anything new to the table, to be honest.
Okay. So you're basically saying it's gonna be indie, the hat, the whip, the adventure, but not really anything, like you said, anything new. The problem, the problem solving or the puzzle solving definitely is a big part of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I could almost probably see like God of War type of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would be sweet.
Okay.
Like that first, like I don't know if you recall the first God of War,
Mm-hmm.
how you were solving stuff, inside
Yeah.
the game, like that.
Okay.
Well, God of War started the whole mocap and the motion animated, all those crazy stuff we do now. God of War innovated that. So
Okay. But you guys are talking about OG God of War, not the reboot, right?
yeah, the one that started it all.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
First one.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun
That
fact:
type of gameplay,
I've beat all the
it's
God
gonna
of
look
Wars
great.
except the new one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna look great. I think they're gonna, I think they'll have a decent storyline, but I don't think they're gonna bring anything innovative that'll just be like, okay, this has gaudy potential.
Mm. Yeah.
I
Wow.
just don't see it. I don't.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just don't see them, being at that level of innovation. Not with
Okay.
Indiana Jones title. I
Yeah.
think they're just gonna use the name.
So Henyo is ho hum about it. Jay, you are aware with that? Nostalgia kicks in.
It could be depending on how good it is. They could nostalgia grab my money.
Okay. I mean, you're on Xbox and you got Game Pass. It's gonna be on Game Pass.
That's true. But once again, I am not I am not afraid, and I will always support the companies that put the games I want.
Okay.
And and I believe I definitely believe in that.
I believe in it also. I'm supporting them because I'm on Game Pass.
That's what
So
we here for.
that's hey, and as
So
long
what?
as I'm
We all
doing my
do it.
Bing points, I ain't gotta
Maybe,
hey.
maybe if the game had a trailer, something to say, hey, we're this close to this game, but
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
definitely to answer your question, the reveal, quote unquote, was just a kind of a panning of the camera over like some maps, and you see like the name of Machine Games, Bethesda, and I don't know if the theme song for Indiana Jones, the was playing or whatnot, but it is. I believe it's a game that's probably in pre-production right now. Maybe they started working on it already before talks with Xbox and the acquisition and that deal closing up hopefully now in the next month or so. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm not like super excited about it either. I've played Uncharted. I've played Tomb Raider. I enjoy the games. If it's along that vein, I might enjoy it and keep it moving. But I don't think there's gonna be anything innovative. So Sleek wrote in the chat. He says prices are about to go up as well. It is tough to get a lot of things during this time. That's true. That's something you have to take into consideration. Jay talking about purchasing, where even if the new stuff drops, people are gonna run out and purchase and grab whatever they can grab. So that's something you have to think about as well. Like, you know, maybe it's not the wisest thing to wait and maybe snatch up something that will do the trick earlier than later. So something to consider.
Yeah, well, I definitely sent you guys
The info.
some personal about what one of the ones I was looking at.
Yeah.
You can look at that later at your own leisure.
Definitely. Well, so then let me
a little bit of news to Star Wars there.
Yeah.
Also, the EA licensing is
Yeah.
complete with the Star Wars line.
Well, yeah.
So we might see a lot more development from other third party
And
developers in
and
the Star Wars
thank you for the what is it,
segue.
the segue, right? That's what I was looking for, the segue. So yeah, so you hit it on the head. So the EA agreement with Disney and Star Wars and whatnot has come to a close. And so what you said, Jay, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and an open world Star Wars game is going to be in development, and guess who's going to be working on it?
So, shock me, please.
Massive, Ubisoft, the
Oh,
developers of The Division.
See, I feel a certain kind of way right now, but you can't get a division right, so I can't put hope in you in Star Wars right now.
Well, I mean, some people will argue with you that The Division 2 was actually really good. It wasn't perfect. It was really good. I can't argue
I'm
with
not
that.
saying it's good. I'll say it this way. In my opinion, the Division 2 is good, but it wasn't that good to keep my attention the way the Division 1 did.
Do you have concerns then that Massive now working on, this open world RPG? I mean, Star Wars license. How do you feel about that?
Well, look, Star Wars has already been through the ringer. It's already got a lot of hatred, and everybody's a little sour on it right now.
Well, why? Why is that? Why? Why, in your opinion, are people sour about Star Wars?
Because there's a lot of changes that happened to Star Wars that most of the quote-unquote fandom didn't like. And of course, just in gaming, like everything else, that caused a divide. People saying this, the mainstream fans feel like, people over there spit on them. I mean,
because I think you're referring to the films, right? And how the films, in a lot of people's opinions, just went south.
Yeah, but see, that stuff like that affects your sales.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Disney's going to have their hand in it, Lord only knows what they're going to do with it. And Massive isn't exactly. I love you guys. I think you guys did Division 1. I can't argue. I played your game through and through. But Division 2, as good as it was just wasn't there yet. Like
I think personally, you and I got to the point with Division 2 where we just said, okay, I've done this already. Like, I don't need to do any more. Like, what about you, Henry? You played Division.
I was okay with it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I did my time with it. I enjoyed the graphics. The storyline was decent to me. It provided hours and hours of multiplayer fun with my friends. It allowed me to connect with my friends. So, and this goes on both, for the first one and the second one. So, you know, yeah, I grew tired of the division, but you move on to different things, and so
Yeah,
I
and
Well,
didn't, I didn't leave the division because the game sucked to me. I just left the game because it was just being repetitive over and over,
right.
and I have too much of a library that to ignore.
Yeah.
and
That's how I
and
felt.
and that's yeah. It did for all the great. It did a lot of good things: new builds, new guns, new suits, new ways to do armor. I mean,
Mhm.
they tried 100%. I will give them 100% absolute credit. They tried, but there was nothing truly innovative about the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I mean, they could have made Division Two an extension pack or one gigantic add-on that changed
Mhm. Right.
or worked with the first one. I mean, seriously, Division Two should have been what Division One was all the years ago when they announced Division One, and if Division Two would have came out looking like that or better, my mouth would have hit the floor. And if the innovations would have, I'd still be playing Division even harder now, like I did back in the day. And
Yeah,
that's the truth.
yeah, and I won't argue with you as well as that. Like we can agree as its own game and what they tried to do with it was it was they had some innovation in it and whatnot. But beside the point here, because I don't want to get sidetracked with Division Two, but it's not just massive. The team that works on Division Two that's going to be putting this game. Lucasfilm is going to be right there involved. So, I mean, I'm hearing concerns. Do y'all think that they can put out a decent Star Wars game? A great Star Wars game? Does it capture your attention? I mean, think about it. I don't think there's really ever been an open world Star Wars game. And if there's a universe and lore that could be drawn from any franchise, Star Wars has to be the franchise. And for there not to be an RPG open world game, I scratch my head and think about that one and say, wow, why didn't someone jump on this sooner?
Did you ever play KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic?
I played some of it, but that wasn't really open world.
It was close enough.
It was an RPG, but it wasn't open world.
Yeah, for
That's
some
true,
that I
but
played it just wasn't appealing to me. It just it
Yeah,
didn't make. I didn't want to run around as much as
yeah,
yeah, well, for the
the
time
game.
and
Yeah,
yeah, same
for the
there's a
here.
lot of
time
land between
and
doing
even
stuff. To
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no, you was saying, Henyo, say that again.
There was a lot of land between doing stuff, so it's like I would I had to like walk across the town just to buy something, or I had to walk. There was a lot of space around me but with nothing to do.
Mm,
well, yeah,
That was
remember it
my
was an old
experience.
game, man, but
Yeah,
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 it's one of the
I
games
want.
that's sweared by the
Yeah,
Star Wars, like people in the Star
yeah.
Wars gaming community, they love KOTOR.
Very
yeah,
respected.
yeah,
Very
Yeah,
respected, and again, I didn't play enough of it to knock it
yeah.
down, but that
right.
was my initial experience when back then when I installed the game, and I think it was even a pay service, if I recall. Was it in a pay? Yeah, yeah, kind of
No,
had a
not
like monthly fee or something like that to play it.
no, not. You're thinking
Wasn't it
of
like WoW?
Fantasy Star.
I could have sworn it
KOTOR
was
was
like
like WoW. It was kind of like WoW, but it wasn't online.
Yeah, KOTOR, we all know from the experience that we had, good or bad, and I'm not knocking KOTOR, what it was for its time, and people still regard it as one of the best or better Star Wars games, but it was not an open world RPG. It was an RPG.
Well, I look at it this way: if in a nutshell, if Massa screws this game up, they're done. I mean, seriously, you can barely manage to balance guns in a division. How you going to handle Star Wars?
Well, do you think that they have to make a cut and paste or reskin the Division and just now make it Star Wars? They can't make it an RPG open world game, and it doesn't have to be a live service game.
It depends on how they do it. I mean, it could go the way of like Phantasy Star, where everybody's on the team and you got an open world to run around and do stuff with, or
I tell
maybe
you what,
something like Black Desert. I mean, we don't really know how it's going to be. But if I had to put my guess on, I'm guessing it's going to be something like Black Desert.
Okay. What about you, Henyo? What would you like to see from a Star Wars game? Because I know you like Star Wars.
Man.
open world RPG. Run wild with it.
Man. I've been I don't know. I've always liked the Battlefront series, that whole first person shooter style. So I was content with that aspect. I didn't necessarily need to play an RPG style. Again, I'm not that deep into that type of gameplay. It's just something I don't gravitate to. But that that has to be a run and gun game to me. It cannot be anything slower than that. I mean, some people want to indulge in the storyline and have characters interact with each other and do this and do that. I've always enjoyed the Battlefront, and I think it should remain you know a a shooter game more than anything.
Okay.
I just don't see myself converting it into anything outside of that.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, for me, this is fascinating. I thought you guys are really surprising me, because I really thought that you guys would have been like, wow, okay, this could be something worthwhile. It could be something innovative. It could be something good. Star Wars, like I said, and I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not even trying to pass as a Star Wars fan, okay? I'm not into the lore. I don't know the name of planets and creatures and all that other stuff, okay? But the world, I think about the massiveness of the world. I could see this game as an open world RPG, not a live service game, okay? An RPG where if I want to play with some of my friends, I can. We can party up and we can do some quests, maybe, some missions together. But I also see you can have different planets to go explore. I don't want everyone to be running around with a lightsaber. Please give me different classes.
That's the lore of Star Wars. Everybody wants
No, I don't want that. You see,
everybody wants to be, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, no.
Maybe that's the, that's why I prefer just, letting it be a first person shooter in which
Yeah.
you could be a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
You could be Star, what is it? Darth Vader or
Right.
Darth Maul, whoever you
Right.
want to be. And that's what everyone's gonna gravitate to wanting to be.
See, I don't want that.
And that's what it would be. I mean, yeah, granted, the Star Wars universe has enough characters that you could fill your shoes, or are you just gonna be a sim, like a sim in this world, and all those characters are NPCs?
Right.
You can't.
Right.
It'd be almost impossible to assign a Darth Vader to a person.
Yeah,
They
no.
would off the bat have to be an NPC, and are people okay with that?
Right.
Are you okay with being just a sim?
Yeah.
A regular character, that would just live in this world.
And who's to say that we have to have Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in this game? Like, why can't we make it like an offshoot? Why not?
What would be Star Wars about it if you couldn't do that?
What was the what was that movie? Something Rebels. It was like a side story or something, but it's in the lore.
Uh,
The animated series Rebels?
No, it
This is
wasn't. It wasn't animated. It was actually one of the Star Wars movies, but it was a side story.
you talking about Rogue
Oh,
One?
yeah, Rogue
Rogue
One.
One. Rogue One. Yes. Let me tell you guys something. I enjoyed Rogue One 1,000 times more than the last 3 Star Wars movies that came out combined.
Well, Rogue One was a great movie. I'm not
Exactly.
going to deny that.
But there was no Luke Skywalker in that movie.
Well, be careful though, because now everybody's like, "Hey, the Luke Skywalker." You know, of course, we're gonna get political.
Listen.
Insert political movement here.
No. I'm not knocking Luke, Yoda, Darth Vader, blah blah blah, Mandalorian. I'm not knocking none of those. But what I'm saying is it could be done. The Star Wars universe is so huge that I'm not saying that I wouldn't mind seeing, a cameo appearance from an NPC like Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or whoever you want to throw in there. I don't care. But for the story to center around these characters again, that would completely turn me off. Like immediately.
And that's why I wouldn't want to kind of entertain that.
Yeah.
Keep the game a running gun. What it is.
And you're like, give me my running gun.
How did Rogue One end?
Yeah, everybody died.
Right.
Oh,
I loved it.
The ending of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Darth Vader came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
And it was the most fiercest that Darth Vader looked in all of the movies.
In all
Everyone
the movies.
In all of them. I would say he looked the fiercest
Yep.
there than he did in any of the Star Wars. Whatever, name a movie.
No, none.
Did he not come out as fierce as he did?
Let me add this, Henyo. He was more fierce in the animated Clone War cartoon movies than he was.
That dude was a savage in them cartoons.
Yeah, but that's a great point that you bring up, Henyo, because at the end of that Rogue One movie, when Darth Vader came out, he destroyed everybody in that hall. He crushed throats. He threw people with the Force. I mean, yeah, he was scary, and that would have been the Darth Vader that I would have loved to have seen.
We didn't see that fierceness, that intensity throughout.
Nope.
The trilogy there.
Nope.
And that's what people were wanting. I could see Star Wars, especially the first 3. And when I mean the first 3, I'm talking about the Jar Jar Binks and Anakin, being Anakin. Those 3 movies, I could see them in the future, maybe like 20 or 30 years later, them making those movies again and removing parts just to make the story feel more real than what it did. When they made those movies, they needed to cater to little kids. They needed to pull in that audience. They knew they had the adult audience. What they needed to do was bring in the new generation. And the only way they could do that was to introduce a character that you think you would love, that was lovable or, comedic in its ways.
Yeah.
And it, to me, it backfired.
Yeah. Jar Jar Banks, right?
I think they could make this movie again without a Jar Jar Banks. And as far as having them, having to go under the water and do all that could be remade. Just like Jabba the Hutt was actually a fat old man, but they made him a slug.
Right.
That all could be remade.
That's true.
The Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader fighting sequence,
yeah,
it already exists remade in YouTube.
Yeah.
So all these movies could be remade, and it could be flushed out. They could add stuff, they could take away stuff. Now, just to bring it back a little bit to the gameplay, could what has been done in the past with the video gaming system, with the video gaming gameplay, could a new genre be made out of it without making it look like it's already been through? And I think that's what End Time is trying to reach for.
Right.
Could we create a new world of
Right.
Star Wars?
Yes.
Have the lore there, have new characters, but you yourself, are you going to be a Jedi? Are you going to be a regular Sim? Are you going to be, the next, whoever? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's his angle. And
Yeah.
I just don't, I don't know. It would feel like a Sims to me.
Mm-hmm.
You ever play The Sims?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't play it, but
Right.
I've seen it and I know what it's about. But give us the option that, okay, if I want to run around with a lightsaber, fine. But don't make it the OP, end all character. Like you have a lightsaber, good, but you're not unstoppable just because you're a Jedi. You
And
can
that's what
die
they
if I
want.
put 2 or 3 in you.
That was the first thing when Battlefront, the latest one came out.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was to get a lightsaber and become the best Jedi, or
Right.
evil,
Right.
whatever character, and people were buying these characters.
Mm-hmm.
They were foregoing, and this came down really hard on EA because EA was more than happy to sell you
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Not a skin, an attribute.
Right.
You were bypassing everything. You were paying
Pay to win.
to level up.
Yeah, pay to win.
Not even to level up.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah.
You were just given the strength to, and it's not fair for someone who wasn't gonna pay the $99 version that only comes with a blaster.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, and how many of you guys played Jedi Fallen Order?
Oh, I didn't play for that. No, I need to though.
Okay.
That's the one I started and kind of walked away from. I know it gets better. I know
Yeah.
the game is gonna get better.
Well,
I just stopped playing it.
yeah. Jedi Fallen Order again. Jedi Fallen Order has a Souls like feel to it. Okay. But okay, yeah, he's a Jedi, whatever. He's in hiding. I like that story that he was in hiding. It happens, I don't know, 400 years after, whatever happened with, Luke and all the other Jedis going into hiding and all this other stuff. Like, I like that it was a no name, no frills character. That wasn't tied in directly to Master Yoda and Luke and Obi-Wan. Like, this was a kid who was in hiding, who knew he had, these Jedi powers and whatever, but he ain't want to ruffle no feathers. He was just trying to get on with his life.
Yeah, well, life don't seem to work out that way.
Yeah, but Jay, that's my point, and that's what I'm grasping at. That I think we have to have a way open mind that again, and if Lucasfilm approach Massive, I think that Massive has the pedigree to create this game with Lucasfilm guiding them. I know they have the engine, they have the talent, they have the team. Let's not forget, and we haven't heard anything about it, and it's probably going to get scrapped, who knows, but Ubisoft Massive is supposed to be working on Avatar.
They've been working on that for years and haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, but the Avatar movies, if you go on their website, they're scheduled to come out. In a couple of years. Like, I think like 3 or 4 of the films. So they haven't scrapped the films.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we can only watch and see what comes of time. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I'm just saying, guys, my take, I'm not defending it. I just see like a huge potential for the Star Wars license now that it's not in the grubby hands of EA, for it to be something other than a COD game, to be honest. I just, if I want to play a run and gun game, I'm going to play COD. I played Star Wars Battlefront. I enjoyed it. But when Henyo mentioned that about people were paying for, to unlock Luke and Han Solo so that they can be the best of the best, I stopped playing. I stopped like immediately. I wanted to play that game. I wanted to get into it. I was having fun. And then the pay to win kicked in. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. And I just felt like I felt like I missed out because now I think the game is still active and it's great once they got rid of all that trash and whatever. But I feel like, hey, I can't go back to that game. I can't experience the worlds in that game and the game. Like I missed the bus on that. I missed the train.
Yeah, that's true. But
it sucks when you have to walk away from a game like that you wanted to play.
Yeah, I definitely and again, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not a fanatic. I could care less. But when I heard this about Massive and Lucasfilm approaching them, I said, okay. I hope that they do something with it that is Division 2 decent, okay? And that's saying a lot because I think that they did a decent job with the division. I got my time out of Division 1, I got my time out of Division 2, and I think that they can do something really worthwhile with this universe. And who knows? And maybe take it further. Which leads me with this last thing. Is Division 3 going to come out anytime soon, or is that series gonna be in hiatus for a while?
Overall final opinion on that, they need to let it marinate and come up with some very strong, innovative ideas. So I say just hold back maybe a year or two and just take your time, because The Division is a very beloved series in my heart, and I would love to see that game be what it should have been and what it could be.
Well, I hope they put it to sleep for a good long time. I'm talking about 5 years. Work on Star Wars, develop Star Wars, and make me want to play Division 3 when you finally announce it. And that's going to be like years from now. If I'm still alive, that's how I feel about it. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm bringing drama to this episode, but I don't know.
No, you get no drama because you got your opinion. Ain't nobody fighting about it.
I got a topic, not to switch topics here.
No,
but
go
I
for it,
have
man.
a topic that we haven't touched up on, and it involves PC gaming. Now, we've discussed about the next gen. We discussed about the next gen stuff. The new gamings that are gaming power that's going to come out, and we really never touched up on the modding community in PC and how they could refresh a game, right? What did they bring to the table? With Cyberpunk, I honestly, I've put the game on hold. Not that I wasn't having a good time with it. I just needed to age, right? The gaming PC community jumped in headfirst and started fixing the issues with Cyberpunk, right? From the mini map to trying to get into the physics of the game, trying to make the games work properly the way it does. The same thing is happening with the flight simulator. Again, the PC modding community is coming in and lending a hand to these games that, when they're initially launched, seem broken, right? The same thing can't be done on the consoles, right? You either gonna get a broken game and wait for your next patch cycle, or the game doesn't come out at all. They're gonna delay the game. um we've really never touched about how an impact a PC community could bring to a game, how it could change the game, and just revitalizing old titles, revitalizing new gameplay and mechanics to a game. We've never ever discussed it, and it's probably because we're half of us are console players and never saw what a modding community could do. I think one of the better examples is Skyrim. And what was the one right before Skyrim?
Yeah, not EverQuest. Oblivion? Morrowind?
Oblivion. They also went in head first, changing the game And how important is that to gaming? It literally it gives it a different experience, something that you don't get on console. And I just wanted to express, that's something that I kind of forgot to do with PC gaming. I was so like I used to PC game and I used to do all those mods. And then I started playing more games on console and I started accepting the gameplay. I started accepting, the whatever they kept giving me. And I totally forgot how it is on the PC side and how much that even if a game fails at launch, the community's there to repair the game, to make the game look better, and that is something that you just don't see on the console side.
I can agree.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Henyo, because and I agree with you 110%. Being primarily a console gamer and just peeking into the PC gaming scene, I would never consider myself a PC gamer. I have Steam, I have Game Pass Ultimate. I'll play from time to time, but what you said, I had even heard or read the news about the community coming around this game, and the mods that they've already put out and how they so greatly improved the game, and that could only be done on PC. Well, to the fact that even CD Projekt Red has embraced these modders and the community to come alongside them and continue to work on the game. And that's amazing, man, because here's a game that got so much hype and, you know, the potential of what this world can be, what this game can still be, but you're not going to get that on the console side. Like you said, it's going to be on the PC side. For me, I still think that it's going to be a game of the year contender, if not game of the year, because of what you just said. Because the PC community is going to fix it along with CD Projekt Red, and all this stuff is just going to be water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Think about the possibilities that they could continue to expand the game on as well.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get that on the console. You're very dependent on what the developer has time to push out on the console.
Right.
Um, the gaming community will continue to push out extra stuff for the game itself, and again, change the skins, change the gameplay, change the physics. I'm so grateful right now because I'm seeing that in Flight Simulator. Yeah, the developers still working on a they're constantly sending out patches, and they're um fixing the game, so to speak.
Mm.
But the modding community is giving me a new breath with the simulator because they've provided me with more options, more liveries, more places to visit and stuff like that. It's just I've forgotten all about that,
Mm.
and it was just so good to come back and go, phew, I didn't waste my money,
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
because I know I could go out to the internet, go grab what I need, make the game look better, make the game play better, unlike a console. And that's
Yeah.
just I had been wanting to mention that for several weeks now since the last podcast, but
No,
uh,
that's awesome,
that's
and
my
gives us it's food for thought because, as a console gamer, I'm gonna just put it out there, whether I get the hate for it or not, we can be so toxic because we're on our platform and there's nothing else outside of our platform. Whether you're a fanboy of one or the other, or you say you're not, you still can get caught up in the toxicity. And that just goes to show again the limitations, no matter how advanced the hardware, the software is on console, you're still limited to a closed ecosystem, and the PC's not. Like, that's why what you just said, Henyo, kind of reminded me why I'm still waiting to play Cyberpunk, because I want to play it either when I get I've already made up my decision. I want to play it when I get my graphics card and play it on PC. I don't want to play it on console. Even if they bring out the next gen or current gen patch, which might not be here for God knows when, maybe the end of 2021, even still, I want to play it on the PC. I want to experience Cyberpunk on the PC. And what you just said, the mods, I want to be able to have that customization with this game, because I know that that's where it needs to be played and not on a console. That doesn't excuse what they did. I just want to be clear about that. But yeah, if I can play it on the PC, why not? I'm gonna play it on the PC.
Just to know, the community also added storyline. In the game itself, you're only allowed a certain amount of conversation with a very interesting character. They've expanded on that. They've
Wow.
added to the game.
Wow.
Okay, this is not a DLC. This is not, the developer giving us more content. This was the modding community adding content
Wow.
for free, and I think it just, it's bringing me back to console, to gaming on a PC.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you heard it here, people. I mean, that's why we don't knock gaming. If you're playing on a PC, on a console, don't get us wrong. Don't misinterpret what we just said. And if you do, well, I don't care. that's your interpretation. But what we're saying is, like Jay says, hey, we're gamers. We play where the game is at. And if we can reach it, we're going to go there. We're going to play the games. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy it at the end of the day. And, it's good to have options, but it's good, like Enyo just reminded us, to be reminded that, yeah, PC, these games are developed on PC. Even for the consoles, they're developed on PCs. And that's where you're going to get the most flexibility, the most accessibility, and probably most of the time the best experience. And you could plug in your controller, your Xbox controller, or your PlayStation controller into your PC and play it that way as well.
Okay, not to sound like an asshole, but people, y'all kind of gotta understand. From old generation to current generation, PC can play all this shit. So you can thump your chest about being an Xbox fanboy, Sony fanboy. Honestly, whoever you wave you a flag for, that is your business. Hurrah to you. But at the end of the day, PC reigns supreme.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, PC. Thank you, PC modders, for the things that you do.
Yeah.
Because for the guys on PC, you guys are a life sent. You save games. You do things that other people won't do. Your contributions are loved. So, even though I'm not a avid PC person, I want to say thank you, because modding on the PC has rubbed off on the consoles, believe it or not. So thank you guys once again for what you do.
Yeah, I'm really curious now that Henyo mentioned that, if because I knew that, I think Bethesda with Fallout, I think it was Fallout 4, they were actually, and I think it was Xbox, Microsoft was opening up, or had opened up the opportunity for mods to come over into the console space last gen. Now, mind you, not the free flowing, community contributions like you do on PC, like you have it on PC, but there was some mods that made their way over to last gen consoles on the Xbox, and I think it was for Fallout 4, if I'm not mistaken. And that experience with that. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm really glad, Henyo, that you brought that up and you reminded us all about that. Coming from the PC side, and I really want to experience Cyberpunk again. And I've stayed away from all the news and the commentaries and this and that and the other. Like, I had my fill. I understand what happened. I don't need to hear any more, ranting and raving about the apology wasn't good enough, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just waiting at this point. Hopefully get my, 30 whatever is available when it comes out, GPU, RTX 30, you fill in the blank, and
If
then
they come.
experience that game. Yeah, eventually they will, and maybe.
It's pretty. I'll tell you this much: it's pretty.
And you're playing it on a 3070.
I'm playing it on a 3070, and from what I feel is I'm pushing all the graphics. So
Cool.
and it plays. I mean, again, it's definitely, it has its issues,
Yeah.
especially on the physics side. But
Right.
yeah, if they could fix the physics, which I'm pretty sure is there, um, there's not much more to fix on the PC side.
Right.
Get the physics right. Start tightening up the game a little bit and stuff like that.
Right. And you guys mentioned it. The game is in good company when you hear these things about it being fixed. Just like a game like Skyrim, that when it first came out, it had its bugs, it had its things, and now it's one of the most treasured and beloved games, and you can play it even on your toaster if you want.
Yeah.
So, it's like people have short memories when it comes to this, and I'm just hoping the best.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
guys, this podcast has been awesome. But I gotta say, it's about time to wrap this up.
Yeah, Jay is in his coffin right now. I can see he's crossed the arms. I'm surprised he ain't say, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury."
Oh, see, he gonna call it out.
Come
the
on,
judge.
man, you got to give us the cues because we'll keep talking. It's been a couple of weeks that we haven't been on, guys. So
it has, and
yeah.
I mean, I enjoy all our conversations. It is 2021, and we got a lot to talk about because it is going to be a great year. And final notes: I did see the Resident Evil.
Oh yeah,
the Resident Evil
we didn't even
showcase
talk
today.
about that either.
No, but I watched it, and all I gotta say is I'm ready. I'm on board with Resident Evil: The Village, so I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, no, you're gonna buy it. You're not probably. You're going to buy it. You already pre-ordered it.
I did buy Resident Evil 7, so
yeah. Well, this brother probably got a PlayStation 5 on the sneak tip, and he's playing the demo.
No,
quick note.
No.
Quick note. Henyo wanted to say something else. Go ahead, Henyo.
So, sorry, real quick. The Division 2 this week, I believe, is releasing a special
February 2nd.
Is it February 2nd?
February
Raccoon skins.
Yeah.
Raccoon City skins.
Raccoon City skins.
Yeah, it's February 2nd. You can get they got you can do different missions for different pieces of the outfit, and they're giving you if you sign in, they give you Leon Kennedy, I think.
Yeah.
Skin.
Yep. You see? Yeah, he's not interested, but he knows all this information, dates, times, all this stuff, right?
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, look, man. I'm a Resident Evil fan. Division 2 just happened to be worked in there. That's just how that happened.
He's loading up Division 2 as we speak.
Oh, God, no.
Back on the hard drive.
No, sir. It is on the hard drive, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's still there.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong. It was the other day that I deleted Division 1 for good. I said, that's it. I'm not playing no more. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. So Division 2, who knows? I might jump back into that. Not to go get no skin or nothing. Probably actually to play for a little bit, just for fun. But not Division 1 no more. But yeah, there could be so many other things we can talk about, guys. But thank you for tuning in again. Leave some comments, leave a like, hit subscribe, share us out on your Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever it is that you do social media. I think we're all of the consensus here that we eventually want to get enough followers so we can start a Patreon, and then we can just live off of your contributions since Social Security will not be around by the time we retire. So,
we are a bunch of old men. So,
we got to get on it. Yeah, we got to get on it. And we know you people want to be entertained. So if you want to see us here more often, hey, you got to give us that love, give us that support. But for now, you can start up with a thumbs up and a comment and hit the subscribe. And in all seriousness, guys, share this out. Again, we're just gamers. We're some old school gamers. We have our opinions. Nothing that we say we can either validate or not. It's just our opinions. And so catch us here on Drama Free Gaming on youtube.com and again on anchor.fm. Look up DFG podcast and you'll find us there and on other podcast providers. And I'll leave with this note and then I'll let you guys wrap up the show for us. Play Monster Hunter Rise, the demo, please. If you're coming from Monster Hunter World, I can't stress enough how the game is great. It is my favorite franchise, hands down. And if you're like Henyo, find somebody who actually knows what they're doing and get with them, because you might just miss out on a game that you will really, really enjoy. The thing is that Monster Hunter does not explain to you the systems, and it is an involved game, but if you can just get somebody to literally hold your hand and walk you through the process, I guarantee you it'll be one of the most enjoyable experiences for however long that experience might be, but you'll enjoy it. And then if after you do that, you still got to walk away from it, then at least you can say, hey, I tried. I actually got into it. Somebody actually held my hand, but it's not for me. And then I'll respect you. If not, don't talk to me, all right? Okay, so I'm leaving it with that. Love you guys. Be good. Take us home, Henyo. Take us home, Jay. I'm done.
Okay. Well, Henyo, go ahead and go ahead and say what you got.
I only got a couple of years that I want to read off.
What was that? I heard.
Wow.
This is just a couple of notes I want to read off of.
Oh, he's gonna read some notes.
This brother got some notes.
Man, this is like the inauguration, bro. He's taking like full advantage. Go ahead, I'm ready.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, what happened to the notes?
That's it.
He just ruffled the paper, bro. I was getting ready here for another half hour.
I know, right?
All right, Jay. Take us home, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a good talk tonight. And as always, it's been good, fellas. But people remember, at the end of the day, gaming is about your time, your money, and it's all about your opinion and if you love it or not. If you don't buy the damn game. Like, seriously, it ain't that serious. If you don't like something, don't buy it. If you like it, buy it. Spend your money wisely. That means you spend your time wisely. Thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, people.